life strategies for happiness and success. What I am saying here is that anybody can have big 20-year dream goals. Everybody should have them. When I was growing up in North America, almost everybody had many, many, many huge, outrageous dreams and goals. But in Asia, in East Asia, I find a lot of people in Korea, a lot of people in Vietnam, their idea is interpreted, in my opinion, as just something I'm going to get this week. Well, that's not really a life goal, in my opinion. It can be in yours, and I want you to argue with me. But if you're only planning it for this week or this month or this semester or year or just graduating university, trust me, there's some guys that get, we already got that goal and we forgot more things about that than we actually learned. So try to think bigger. And then whatever your idea is, sometimes I find in talking to students, it's best to identify what do you want in 20 years, and then list as many details as possible, and then divide it in half. In half of the 20 years, in 10 years, you need to be half that much, have half that, or at least be set up to achieve half of that. For example, if you want ownership of many buildings, at least you have to have the financial ability to start getting those in half of that time, and then divide it in half. In 5 years, you need half of that. In 2 years, you need half of that. In 1 year, 6 months, 3 months, 1 month, 2 weeks, 1 week, down to today. And so you should know today, in order to be successful, you should be working on those goals that will give you that success. And that's usually identified in the book that I show on the screen, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and it's clarified in the first things first. So you should be identifying what is urgent, what is important, and based on those things, you decide to do one of the tasks that is very important, and it is usually not urgent, and you develop your strategies for life success, focusing on that first. Everything else comes afterwards, unless it is an emergency or an accident. You can't plan for accidents or getting hit by a bus. If you are hit by a bus, of course, you have to take care of that first. But you don't plan to get hit by a bus. So you should be using as much of your mind, as much as your time as possible, focused on taking care of what you are planning. So any questions before I put you into a group and ask you to identify what is your definition of success? What is your goal? What are your dream goals? And how do you plan to get those? Next, build expert habits. I've heard several of you talking about you want to get your university degree. You want to graduate. I heard only one student say that they're going to do something today that's going to help them. When you talk about getting a degree, it just seems like you're waiting for time to pass. And after you just have enough time gone, then you're going to get some sort of award from a university, a graduation diploma. One student I heard said they're going to get an internship in order to do something. And that could start today. It should start today. You should contact, or at least have plans to contact a company today so that you can use your time to expand. And so a lot of people are thinking about the short-term goals, what you may be able to get within 1 or 2 years. Don't forget, there's a famous book called The 4-Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferriss. He talks about long-term business plans should be no more than 6 months. Because with the internet and technology nowadays, you can start anything today, this second, and you could get results today. You can make a Facebook group for a company today. You could get customers seeing that today. You can make YouTube or TikTok videos related to that today, and you could get billions of people viewing that today. So if you're planning for your long-term success beyond 6 months, he says you're not realistic. You're not working in 2021. So go through that book, The 4 Hour Work Week.